Now I'm going to show you how to move from slide to slide. Of course, if you have an existing presentation, you can be following along with all this on your own presentation. Later, we'll work with all of this again in presentations that you create. But let's see how we can navigate through this presentation. I'm on slide 2 right now. If I go over to right here, notice these two buttons, previous slide and next slide. If I click next slide, I move to the next slide in the presentation. If I click previous slide, I move to the previous slide in the presentation. So I can use these buttons to move to the next slide or to the previous slide. I can also tap the page down key on my keyboard to move from slide to slide, forward through the presentation, or page up to move backward through the presentation. I also can use the right scroll bar over on the right hand side of my screen. This is a very nice scroll bar. As I click and drag down, notice that not only can I see which slide I'm about to view if I let go of the mouse, but I can also see the title text on that slide. So slide 1, slide 2, slide 3, slide 4, slide 5. If I go up to slide 4 and let go, you can see that that slide becomes the active slide. So remember, you can easily navigate with your scroll bar, with the previous and next slide tools right down here, and using your page up and your page down keys on your keyboard. Finally, before you begin to create your own presentations, let's run this slideshow. I'm going to move back up to slide 1 in the presentation and click to run the slideshow. If I want to move forward through the presentation, I can click my left mouse button. This will move me slide by slide forward through the presentation. My right mouse button or non-dominant mouse button will bring up a pop-up menu. We're going to be looking at the rest of the options within this pop-up menu in a later tape. For right now, though, I want to show you that you can select previous from the menu to move to the previous slide. I can also use my page down key to move myself forward through the slides in the presentation and page up to move myself to previous slides. If I continue through to the end of the presentation, after the last slide, I'm returned to the view that I was in before I ran the presentation. Remember, the escape key will also abort me out of the presentation and leave me back on the slide that I was working with in the view that I was working with before I ran the slideshow. In this section, you got a great preview of working with PowerPoint 97. We learned how to start the application and we took a tour of the PowerPoint window. You learned how to open an existing presentation and you learned about the various views available within PowerPoint 97. You learned how to navigate about a presentation and finally how to run a slideshow.